Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Micks Mowers, and this is going to be quite a quick little video to be fair. I want to re-hone this cylinder on this Hayter 56 engine. It's got a very slight gouge in the cylinder head. I've already ordered the new the new piston rod for it, and new rings and new gaskets and what have you. Just purchased a honing tool which I want to just literally hone out the cylinder head ever so slightly. Nothing too strenuous on it at all. It's just to try and get rid of that one groove, which should help along its way. So all I want to do literally is connect it to either my D-walt or my other drill, and just apply some WD-40 or some kind of oil onto these stones, and we just run this through the cylinder very gently. So that's what I'm looking to do. On another note, happy Father's Day everybody. Today's Dad's Day, and I've been sport rotten as usual. Been to go see my dad, had a couple of beers down the pub with him, which was fantastic, and my boys have sport me absolutely rotten, so that's fantastic. So without further ado, let's get down and dirty and let's try and get this cylinder looking nice and smooth. Right, so some of you may remember, if you watched the previous videos on this Hayter video, I've got some slight scoring just over on the far side. You can see the line just there. It's becoming more and more apparent as the oil comes off. I've got some scratches at the back and just here at the front as well, just ever so slightly as well. So just want to get them re-honed if I can. So all I want to do, I'll get you guys put back on the tripod and get you set up into position best I can. It's going to be about there. Just want to bring in my honing tool. Now these can be set at different tensions. All you do is just adjust this back spring. To give you more tension is if you compress it, and to undo it takes more tension off. I don't want to be taking a lot of material off of this at all, so I'm going to have the spring at its slackest, which will be right all the way back, and there's not a lot of tension on there at all, as you can see. If you push the spring more forward, then more tension goes on onto the tool itself. So just literally going to put some oil on these now. Bit of WD-40 should be fine, just to wet the stones, just so they absorb some oil, because you don't want to be putting this on dry. Just like so. And then a good general liberal spray all the way around on the cylinder. Okay, and with the oil on the stones and some oil inside the cylinder head, we can now insert these honing tools ever so slightly into it, and that's about as far as you want to go. We don't go much further than that at all, because you don't want to be coming outside the top of the cylinder. So that's going to be, where's the cylinder head? About there. That's about as far as we want to go, and just start very slowly. And just start to clean that cylinder head up. When you go to withdraw it, you just leave it running nice and slowly, and take it out. And with some of the material I've taken off already, I can see that there's a colour to the inside the bore. Just now going to wipe the entire bore clean. I think I just caught the side of that crank, but I only just nicked it. I may move the crank around slightly in a minute. Just wipe that out and have a feel. I can still feel that indentation. Let me just show you it. Ever so slightly, it's still there and just as present, so a bit more is required. But before I do that, I'm just literally going to move that crank around ever so slightly, just so I don't catch it again. I put it there, should be absolutely fine. Make sure your stones are nice and clean, which mine are not. Give them a wipe with a WD-40. It is looking better all the time. I'm going to wipe a bit of oil on the stone again, on all three. I'm going to apply a bit more pressure onto this time. Not a lot more, just a bit. And the tool goes back in ever so gently. Push it to the back. It's going to be about there, and away we go again. Not too fast, take your time with it. You can always take off, you can't put it back on, so now I'm going to bring it out again. Try and get it so it stands up this time and doesn't fall in the dirt. Yeah, that's now starting to look a bit better now. No sharp edges. I can just feel that mark again. It is getting better though. I'll have a feel of that in a minute. I think one more pass with a slightly more pressure and we'll be about there. Yeah, that's lovely. There's another line just there that has now become apparent. That's not too bad at all. So yeah, just a bit more pressure. A bit more out of WD, a bit more, another can somewhere else. And again with the stones. And I'm going to apply a bit more pressure again. About there this time. Close the stones down. Slide them in. And get to the back of the piston, which is going to be about there. And away we go nice and slowly again. Bit faster. You don't want to heat this up, that's why you put oil on it. Nice and slowly. Take your time. Bit more speed. That should do it. Piston is now looking, the cylinder is looking really shiny, really nice. No gouges in them at all. Just about make out that one line. There's two lines there in fact, but they're now not deep at all. I don't want to go much deeper if I can help it. But I'm not taking an excessive amount of material off. Have a look. I think one more pass and I'll be happy with it. Literally, let me show you guys. So you can see now here, that's the piston, that's the cylinder there, and there's the line I'm talking about. It's starting to fade more at the back, but not in the centre. But that literally is, there's nothing in it literally compared to what it was. So I think one more pass and we'll be about right, I hope. So a bit more squirt. Get it nice and covered. Get the stones. Should be enough. I'm going to apply just a touch more pressure. Not a lot. This is just literally just about half a turn I've put on. Stones go into place. Right to the back of a cylinder, which is going to be about there. And away we go again, nice and slow to begin with. And I'm going to bring it out a touch to about halfway to where that other bad section is. And I'm looking for the line at the back of a cylinder, at the back of a bore, to where the stones are running. I'll increase the speed slightly. That's a nice gentle action, in and out, with nice gradual speed. Nothing too shocking, just to finish this off. And I think that will be about as much as I dare to take off of this. So reduce the speed and bring the stones out. Yeah, that looks better. The lines are still present, but in comparison to the rest of the bore, I now cannot feel the lines when I'm rubbing around. Yeah, no, I can't even feel the lines. Although they're there, I reckon another 2 or 3 passes and they would be completely gone, but I'm just conscious of how much material I'm taking off. I don't want to be taking a great deal off at all. But compared to what the cylinder looked like, it had the lines all the way through it. I'm hoping that'll be enough with the new rings on it as well. So I'll get you guys inside just to have a little peek at it. Where's my torch? There it is. Let me have a quick inspection myself. Yeah, that looks good. So I've actually got 3 lines, one over the right hand side and 2 or 3 over to the left. But the biggest one itself now is not actually prominent at all, which is good. Let me just show what I'm talking about. You can only do it by feel, you can't do it by anything else. So there's one line, I don't know if you can see that there, just to the right hand side. You can just about make that out, one score line. And on the other side, there's the line there, you can see. But as I say, it's literally, try and get it all in it, it's literally minimal. I can't even feel where the line is when I pass over it. So I think that's a successful honing. The cylinder looks really good. Now what's important is just to get some standard oil. And all I want to do with this literally is, I don't want this cylinder now to, this board now to rust. So I'm going to put some oil onto a rag, good dollop. I now just want to introduce that into the bore system. Nice and heavily coated. I don't want to take anything off. This is just about putting oil on now, and this will protect it as I'm waiting a couple of days for the parts to come in. And make sure you put plenty in there all the way around. And that's now heavily oiled all the way throughout, and I'm just going to leave that on there. I'm not even going to attempt to take any of that off at all. Just smear it round and leave that oil on. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, so on another note, this was in the back of my shed. I'd actually forgotten I had it. It's a brush cutter. It's got a brush cutting tool on the end of it. This was in the back of my shed, but it's been there for about 3 years. Wasn't working. I got it into the job lot a long time ago and just never done anything with it. Just done a carburetor clean on it, and it turns out the diaphragm that goes onto the needle chamber, where the needle is, that's actually on back to front. Someone put it on back to front, which is kind of cool. So someone had been in there definitely before me. But I'll just give that a quick fire now. Let's choke it. 2 or 3 of them. 1 of them. Bit more of that maybe. A little bit low on fuel, but that's now up and running, so that's kind of cool. So the diaphragm is on back to front. That's the only reason why that didn't want to play. But now that's up and running, so that's cool. Got a nice brush cutter as well. It's only 2014 model. It's not very old at all. And looking at it, it's done no work at all. Okay, so now that's that cylinder bore now been honed out, which is cool. That part come off of, I think it was Amazon. Short as Amazon. I don't think it was eBay. And that was £7. That's what it was, nearly £8. And it's a tool that you don't use very often at all, but very useful if you have got one, so that's cool. And that cylinder board now looks nice and shiny, and I'm hoping with the new rings it'll be just right. So I haven't taken too much off, but just enough for it to rebed itself. When the piston rings go in there, they should form lovely. Also, good little touch on the brush cutter. That's now up and running. Could do with a bit more of a service, maybe a spark plug and new air filter, but it runs okay. It was very, very nearly out of fuel. That's why I didn't want to pick up when it was set down, but when you pick it up, it's absolutely fine. So that's cool. So thank you very much for watching this episode of Micks Mowers. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative, all that sort of good stuff. Don't forget to whack the old bell, leave a comment, and if need be, subscribe to this channel. I've got lots more videos due to come out very, very shortly, so that'd be cool. Big shout out to all the dads out there. Happy Father's Day. Hope you had a fantastic day, and I hope to see you all again very, very soon. But until then, take it easy.